Yammer and the Hammer time. That's better. Welcome back to Yammer and the Hammer. It's been a while. Minor surgery delayed our 6th installment of the Great American Bronco Road Trip. This time, we're at Arches National Park, one of our favorites, Nature's Rock Wonderland Utopia. This place is the ultimate rock sculpture gallery with over 2,000 stone arches, crazy rock formations, and stunning landscapes. It's one of the most jaw-dropping places in the United States. I'll be introducing our Broncos mascot somewhere in this video if you can spot the walking Yeti. I also love how rocks form faces, so I'm trying something new this time. I'm bringing the faces out that I see, so you can see what I see. But how did all this happen, and what makes Arches so special? Stick around, because we're about to explore this red rock playground. Let's talk about the real stars of this show, the arches. The most famous one is Delicate Arch, which you've probably seen on Utah's license plates. It stands 46 feet tall and is completely freestanding, and is basically a giant window into the wild and vast landscape beyond. Other must-see formations include the Landscape Arch, which is the longest arch in the world, or at least one of the longest arches, stretching an incredible 306 feet. Double Arch is one of the most unique formations in the park. Unlike most arches, which are formed from a single rock wall, Double Arch was created by downward water erosion from above, rather than side-to-side erosion, which resulted in two enormous arches, and that share the same foundation, making it one of the most park's distinctive features and impressive sculptures. It stands 112 feet wide, 144 feet tall, and making it the tallest arch in the park, and was even featured in the opening scene of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The opening sequence, featuring young Indiana Jones, played by River Phoenix, discovering the cross of Coronado. Inside the cave, that cave doesn't actually exist, but it was a Hollywood set, but the real Double Arch serves as a stunning backdrop, making it one of the most iconic filming locations in Arches National Park. So how did these massive rock formations come to be? Well, it all started about 300 million years ago. The area was covered by an ancient sea. When the sea dried up, it left behind huge salt deposits, which later got buried under layers of sandstone. Fast forward millions of years, the erosion, wind, water, and freezing temperatures carved these stunning formations. It's like nature's slow-motion sculpting project, and it's still ongoing today. People have been living around this area for thousands of years. Ute, Paiute, ancestral Puebloan Indians all called this region home long before it became a national park. If you look closely, you can still find ancient petroglyphs, rock carvings left behind by these early inhabitants. Some of them date back over 1,000 years. While dramatic rock formations steal the show, Arches National Park is also home to some serious, unique wildlife. One of the most fascinating creatures here is the fairy shrimp. These tiny prehistoric looking crustaceans can survive in the park's seasonal rain puddles known as potholes. Even in a harsh desert environment, their eggs can remain dormant for years and years until the rain returns, bringing them back to life. Also tested in zero gravity in the dark confines of space. And yes, they still survived. Arches officially became a national monument in 1929 and was upgraded to a national park in 1971. Today, more than 1.5 million visitors come here every year to hike, camp, soak in the otherworldly beauty. But with great beauty comes great responsibility. As I've said in the past, the fragile desert ecosystem here is super sensitive. So if you visit, please remember to stay on the trails and leave no trace. The trail we love, and if you're up for an adventure, is the Primitive Trail in Devil's Garden. This is a must. The 7.2-mile loop is the most challenging established trail in the park, but it's also one of the most rewarding. Along the way, you'll pass some of Arches' most incredible sights, including Landscape Arch, Double O Arch, and the Private Arch. The trail takes you over slick rock, sandy washes, and requires a bit of rock scrambling. It is not for beginners, But if you love the thrill of exploring less traveled paths, this is the hike for you. Because it is more rugged and remote, you should encounter fewer crowds. We did. But just to be sure, bring along plenty of water, wear sturdy shoes, and be ready for a real adventure.
I'll keep going and then videotape me going up. That way there's some record of my death.
Listen to my voice. How low can you go? Hello?
Tip time. This was new to us. If you're planning a trip to Arches National Park, there's one thing to remember. The park has a timed entry system. From April 1st to October 31st, visitors need to reserve a timed entry ticket in advance to enter the park between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. These reservations can be made online through recreation.gov and are available up to 3 months in advance. There's also a limited number of next day tickets released daily. Why does this park do this? Well, with over 1.5 million visitors each year, the goal is to reduce the overcrowding, protect the fragile landscape, and to make sure everyone has a great experience without feeling stuck in traffic, because the traffic can get very, very heavy through there. If you can't get a timed entry reservation, don't worry. You can still enter the park before 7 a.m. or after 4 p.m., which is actually a fantastic time to visit. Cooler temperatures, fewer crowds, and best of all, especially for me, better lighting opportunities for photography. Arches has announced some modifications to its timed entry reservation just for this year, 2025. Visitors now will be able to book their entry up to 6 months in advance, doubling the previous window. Additionally, the park will not enforce the timed entry system between July 7th and October 27th of 2025. This is due to traditionally lower visitation during this period. Arches National Park is truly one of nature's greatest masterpieces. Whether you're here for a hike, for history, or just to take in the beauty, there's something magical about this place. So what do you think? Would you visit Arches? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next stop, which will be on Colorado, to see Garden of the Gods, Manitou Cliff Dwellings, and the 7 Bridges. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Scooby-Doo-wah. Ole, ole. Boom, boom.